gosh. Oh, me.
Here we go.
Here we go.
That's what happens when you try to not cough. You cough. So we're going to try to make this live, guys. It's March the 1st here in Alabama, and it is beautiful outside.
It is March the 1st.
It is March the 1st.
I'll be darned. I didn't know
all day long, Jason. It is the first day of March.
Ain't that something?
Time changes next weekend.
That's good.
Yes, that's very good.
Well, it depends on how you look at it.
Well, it's good for us.
Could be.
I don't know if it's good for y'all, but it's good for us. I was thinking yesterday, I was on the tractor and it was about 5:30. Sun was trying to set on me and I still had stuff to do. And I said, you know what? I'm not fussing because next weekend I will have an hour of extra time.
That's right.
Here in Alabama.
That's
now,
right.
Some places don't change time, but if you're lucky, you don't. And unfortunately, we do. So we are here for the first time in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
1 week.
Well, we didn't do, 2 lives.
2 lives.
2 lives. So I've still got a lot of congestion. Jason's been fighting it off. So I just hope I can make it through this live without.
Yeah. If sniffling and coughing is, one of those things that drive you crazy, then you may want to skip this live.
I woke up last Saturday morning. I wasn't feeling well when I went to bed Friday night. And I woke up Saturday morning and my hair was wacko, as everybody's is when they first wake up. And Jason looked at me and he said, "You're sick, aren't you?" And I said, "I'm okay. Let's do the live." And he said, "Brooke, we are not doing the live," as I was coughing every breath. And
yeah.
So that's how my sickness began. And we did not do the live, thanks to Jason. I was going to try to tough through it, but I didn't get, I was sick Saturday morning, but it got worse.
Yeah. Well, all 3 of us have it.
Yeah.
But me and Mary Carl have been
minor.
Very minor. Very, very minor. Yeah. She probably wouldn't even have missed, if she went to school and went homeschool, she probably wouldn't even miss school. We're just congested.
It's like a bad cold for them, but it was bad for me.
Who knows?
There goes my cough. Yeah, so I'm drinking coffee. It may not be the best thing to do because of drainage, but I gotta have my coffee. So
yeah,
here I am with my coffee. Hope you have yours too, and we're gonna do this.
That's right.
We're gonna do this.
It is a beautiful day. We've had some unbelievable weather, y'all. Oh my gracious! If it could just stay like this year round,
it would be wonderful.
It'd be awesome. It has been gorgeous. We've yesterday it got close to 80 yesterday.
It did. Yesterday was the temperature was not supposed to get but to like 75, but it got on up there.
Yeah, it was close. It was when I looked, I saw 78. So it got close to 80, but it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I even noticed the
sunsets.
Old Bradford pear trees are trying to bloom.
And
too.
The sunsets are starting to become, fall sunsets are beautiful, but that springtime with the plants in the background and things starting to green up is just, that's just what we wish for. So.
But it's been gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous outside.
It has. So Catherine talked me into going on to urgent care last Saturday morning. I was not going to go because I'm like, who needs to go to the doctor the first sign of illness, But she's like, "Brooke, you're on immunosuppressants and you might have the flu. And if you do, then you could start, treatment early and possibly nip this in the bud." I said, golly, the last thing I want to do is go to a doctor.
That's right.
So I did what the nurse said, and I got dressed, and I went to the doctor. And my throat felt like I had swallowed nails. That was my main problem at that time. And she also said, "You may have strep throat." I've never had strep throat in my life. But if you got strep throat, you got to have antibiotics. So
speaking of... Mom sent me a text and said that strep throat will start occurring with people that are on your type of medicine. It's more common.
Well,
I'm going to tell you that.
Anybody with, a lowered immune system can catch something easier for sure, but I have never had it. And my theory is, and my mama's theory is, that if you've never had it, you're never going to get it. But I went and I got tested because I don't know if that's right or not, but that's what I think. I've been around kids. My mama kept kids growing up. There were tons of them that always had strep throat. I never got it. My mama never got it. So is that so? Can you be immune to strep throat? I mean, I don't know, but I know that I've never gotten it, and I've been around a lot of close quarters with kids that have had it. So they did the strep test. The doctor immediately looked at my throat, and he said, that looks like strep. And it looked as bad as it felt. And so strep test, flu test, COVID test, immediately rapid was negative. And he said, look, I don't like the way this looks. I'm sending it off. I should have the results tomorrow, even though it's Sunday and we're closed. I'll call you if it were to be positive. In the meantime, I want you to start on antibiotics because I feel like this is a bacterial infection with the way, your symptoms are. I said, okay, start on the antibiotics. Didn't get a call Sunday. Of course, they're closed. I had no idea how to contact the doctor. Monday, I didn't get a call. And I was like, they told me they'd call me either way, whether it was positive or not. So I called the clinic. They said it's still not back yet. And I thought, oh, great. Well, that means I got something real bad. And they're sending it to the FDA for, further examination.
Oh, man.
But sure enough, Tuesday morning they called and they said everything came back negative. So I am thankful for that. I don't know what I had, but I know I had a bad case of it. And I know I did not catch what Jason had just a month ago. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like my immune system must have done its thing then because neither Mary Carl had a little symptom that could have been fighting it off, what Jason had, but I never got sick then. I never had any symptoms. And obviously my immune system's worth something.
Yeah.
But it wasn't during this.
Who knows? I saw Dee Dee say that as a child, she got strep throat a lot. And I used to work with a lady, Carrie.
Yeah.
And she was prone to get strep. And,
well, as a matter of fact, Mary Carl's friend, Caroline, her sister Brooke got strep all the time. And the doctor ended up taking out her tonsils and adenoids to help prevent that because she was constantly dealing with strep throat.
Talking about that seemed like when I was a kid.
They took everybody's tonsils out.
Mine stayed in, but that was very common. But maybe, I don't know. You just don't seem like you hear that as much as you don't.
Used to. Not unless somebody has like severe issues. But I always feel like your tonsils are your first line of defense.
It is. It is.
Mine are like non-existent, and which is crazy because Mary Carl has fairly large tonsils. So much so that she has had a lot of tonsil stones in her day. But mine, when you look in my throat, you can't see them. I mean, you would think Mary Carl's like, Mama, are you sure they didn't take yours out and you didn't know about it? Nope, they didn't take them out. It's just they're very, very tiny. And maybe that's the reason I don't get strep throat. I don't know. I don't know. But yours are pretty big.
Are they?
Yours are pretty big compared to mine. Anybody's are. It's just crazy to me that I've lived all my life and never got strep throat. And I mean, obviously been tested a lot because that's what they want to make sure you don't end up with scarlet fever.
Yes.
And Brooke did end up with scarlet fever. And that's one reason they did that.
Which was bad back in the day.
Well, it's bad now too.
It is, but it's treatable. But back in the day, it was, if somebody got scarlet fever, it was.
Yeah. Why do they call it scarlet fever? You get a rash?
Yeah.
Okay. I look like I got it right now. My nose is red as Rudolph. And y'all, I can't do anything about it unless I put some concealer on my nose. And
it's that color all the time.
Well, I know, but I'm saying there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
It's not sunburn. It's just me. It's just the way I look.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, y'all, I had to take Mary Carl to an appointment after I was well. And we're on the way home, and she said, Mama, I need some primer and some concealer. And I'm thinking paint, That's all I know about is I don't know a thing about makeup. And I don't care a thing about makeup. Everybody's different, but that's just me. I don't care.
We got to go by Sherwin-Williams.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, Well, I gotta use GPS because I don't know where it is, but we're gonna find it.
Well, gotta go to Mullins.
Yeah, Mullins Paint Store.
That's our local paint store.
I said, well, baby, where do we need to go for this? I don't know, Mama. Just somewhere where I can get it. Well, all I know of Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
But I know of something I've never been in and I've heard a lot of people talk about. So I like to read about people talking about makeup. And I don't like it myself. So I know that there is a store called, I believe it's called Ulta.
I never heard of it.
So it's in Prattville.
That sounds like a evil, menacing character on a Marvel movie, Ulta.
What? No, that was our turkey's name was Ursula.
Ursula.
And she was on Ariel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the Little Mermaid.
Catherine has that turkey now.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
she probably wished she didn't have her.
Well, no, she's a good girl. She ended up escaping an attack from a fox and lost her leg. So she's a one-legged turkey, but she does very well under Catherine.
It is Ulta.
Okay, it's Ulta.
So Ulta.
I knew where it was. But it ain't nowhere I want to go in.
Yeah.
So I said, well, Mary Carl, I know where a makeup store is. And she knew where it was too, but she wasn't fixing to ask me to take her there.
Yeah.
And she said, where? And I said, behind Panera Bread. It's called Ulta. And she knew. But she wasn't gonna say, Mama, I want to go to Ulta, because she knew, I'd rather go to Sherwin-Williams, not Ulta. So we wheel in this parking lot, and I was driving because we were in a big city. And I said, Mary Carl, I'm gonna warn you. I do believe that when we go in here, there's gonna be people that want to try on your makeup, that they want to help you and like beauty you up and stuff.
Is it?
And she's like, okay. Well, that makes me a little nervous. I don't want anybody messing with my face and doctoring me, making me beautiful, unless it's my child. I mean, that's a different story.
It kind of reminds me, and I forgot all about this until we went to, Mary Carl's 15, so she's really she's a 15-year-old.
She's a 15-year-old feminine.
She is
girl,
and it's a little change for me and Brooke, because Mary Carl, used to not care really what she wore, but I mean, she's a girl. She's 15. And so we've never gone to the Galleria, which is this big mall. And it used to be like one of the top 5 biggest malls in the country. I don't know what it is now. But anyways, but there's some stores in there she likes. And here we are, been going to the Galleria. If we go up north that way, we'll swing by there. And I forgot all about the perfume. I call them perfume bars. I don't know what they're called. When you walk in Macy's or wherever, department store, and the ladies are there, lock and ready to spray you down with some perfume. And I had 3 women try to get me to come over there. Hey, you want to see the perfume? And so that kind of reminded me of that when you were talking about, wanting to put makeup on. So I bet they do have. Do they have makeup bars?
So I thought that's what it was, you know, because I thought, why would there be a store for makeup if they're not going to help you, like literally sit there and put on your makeup. When we were younger, we got a big store in Selma, and it was called,
called McRae's.
It was called McRae's to begin with. And that was a big deal because you had to go to the big city if you lived in Selma to go to a department store.
Yeah, McRae's was big.
We got one.
Yeah.
And y'all, they had makeup counters, and it was a Estee Lauder. It was a Clinique.
Yeah.
I knew these names because I had to have lipstick. I didn't wear none of the rest of it, but I had to have my lips done.
Right.
And so when you went to buy your lipstick and stuff, they wanted to try it on you. They wanted to put your eyeliner on and stuff. And I'm like, I just need some really red Clinique lipstick. That's all I need. I can look like this and wear some red lipstick. So I thought that's what it was going to be like. And she said, okay, she's good with it. Made me a little nervous thinking my kid's going to be sitting here and somebody's going to be putting makeup on. So I said, okay, you're good. We're good. We go in, and y'all, it was like a department store that was, and y'all probably know this, you're laughing at me, but it's a department store full of makeup. And there are little sections set up with each name brand of what the makeup is called. And
No salesman trying to.
No. Oh. There's there's the high end stuff. There's the MAC. There's the Clinique. There's Estee Lauder. There's stuff I knew about. And then you go on around, and there's Revlon, and there's Maybelline. I mean, there's every single brand of makeup you could ever want. And so she gets a little overwhelmed because she needs concealer and primer, and I really don't know a thing about what she's talking about. So I start looking at the things, and she's telling me she needs one shade lighter than her skin tone. And I'm like, okay, so this looks good, Mary Carl. She's putting it on her hand, rubbing it on her hand. And she's like, no, this one's a little bit too dark. And so we can't find the right shade because she's never bought this.
Yeah.
So this is new. She needs to know what color. And I said, look, in my opinion, you need to pick a brand that your shade and continue with that brand instead of next time we come swapping brands. Yeah, you'll know what color you need. And I mean, I know that about paint, so it's got to be the same with your face paint. Right. So she finally finds something, and I was just amazed. I said, look, when we got in the car, she said, thank you, Mama. And I said, you're welcome. I said, but I'm going to tell you this. Your Nana would be more suited to take you to the Ulta store than I would. And I don't mind coming with you, but I'm not the help that you are asking for. So that was my first experience.
What? It could have been me.
You'd have been just as good as I was. I guarantee you.
It could have been me. I've gone into stores with her, and I stick out like a sore thumb in there.
Well, I was sticking out too, because here I am, freckle-faced girl with a red nose with no makeup on it. And they're like, she don't know what she's doing, but Mary Carl did, and she got what she needed. I just was in awe that there is a store designated to makeup.
That's crazy, isn't it?
And I'm sure they would have helped her if she had asked, but it's not like stations set up.
I saw, I think it was Shannon, it's gone now, says she still has her Parisians card.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, did we like Parisians.
We did. Now, Jason and I were a different kind of shopper. I didn't like makeup, but we liked looking at clothes and
we were teenagers
and stuff like that. Yep. But just different than what she is. She's girly. I mean, she wants to wear a skirt. She goes birding in a skirt,
like a dress,
like a long ankle skirt. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's all about the look.
It is.
Those birds need.
And she has her own style now. She don't go with the trend. She's anti-trend.
She don't want to go to a one-stop shop. She wants to go to a thrift store and put her outfit together.
I didn't tell you. Yeah, she does. I didn't tell you this, but when we went to the Shakespeare Festival, we saw.
Y'all went. Yeah, I stayed home.
You stayed home. You're sick. We saw. Oh gosh, what was it called?
It was called the Watsons Go to Birmingham.
Watsons Go to Birmingham. Awesome play. These plays, usually go nationwide. So if you have the opportunity to see that one, it was really, really good. And the young man at the counter told Mary Carl that he absolutely loved her style. And then the lady that got our tickets and seated us told Mary Carl that she loved her style.
Y'all, we get that all the time.
All the time.
And it's not people like me that, don't wear makeup. It's people that see things in the same eye that she does.
Yeah.
Jason at Petals from the Past, his daughter is very much the same as Mary Carl. Mm-hmm. And he shared with Mary Carl some of his daughter's favorite thrift stores the last time we met together. He said, Mary Carl, where's your favorite thrift store? And he was mentioning to her about, what is it that I recently took her in that she was so overwhelmed about? Plato's Closet.
Oh, yeah, Plato's Closet.
He said, Mary Carl, my daughter likes Plato's Closet. And Mary Carl said, it's too big for me. She said, I liked it and I found some stuff, but it's just too big. She wants to be it to be not organized.
It's kind of what happened to us yesterday. There was a new thrift store in Clanton that grand opening was yesterday, and we went in there, and it was like walking in TJ Maxx's clothing section. It was just
everywhere.
So
everywhere. And she didn't like it?
No, because it was just so much stuff.
Well,
it was really, really big.
She likes it to be, hung up and size, but
the sizes didn't make sense. That's what me and her couldn't figure out. The sizes, and then you would look through there and you think you're in the mediums, and then all of a sudden it's children's clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little much.
Yeah.
She's got to have the right, not to say she won't go back to Plato's Closet, but it was a little, it's just a lot of people in there, and it was a lot of stuff packed in. Now, mind you, when we went, it was the weekend, and that's not a good day to go. It's not a good day to go, but I don't know why she said she didn't care for it, because she found some good stuff. So I don't know, y'all. She's different. Different's good. I'm not knocking it, but just loves to dress up. And we're like, we got to leave at 10 o'clock. And what time do we need to get you up? Well, I probably need to start getting ready about 7:30. And literally that's the way it is. So I can be ready in 10 minutes. Yeah. I'm like a guy. I just throw my clothes on and make sure my hair's brushed and good to go.
I saw, I think it was Mickey that said, that taught 6th grade, and one of the books they read every year was The Watsons Go to Birmingham.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I sure wish I could have seen the play.
It was a really good play. I haven't seen a bad play.
I lost out on my ticket. You have to buy tickets in advance, and literally there were like 10 seats left when I bought these tickets a month out.
Mm-hmm.
And so we bought tickets, and I was not feeling well, and there's no refunds and no.
Especially that.
You can't. Yeah, I understand. There's no way to do it. So I missed out, but Jason and Mary Carl got to go last Saturday night, wasn't it?
Yep.
Last Saturday night at 7 o'clock in Montgomery.
Me and her went to a local pizza shop over there and had pizza, and we had a good time. We had a good time yesterday. Me and her went to town, and what did we go to town for? Oh, I needed to get some oil and some zinc, because we're starting to work on the Volkswagen bus.
Oh, zinc. I'm thinking like to make your immune system stronger.
No, I probably need some of that too.
Well,
but I just recently learned I had and it's crazy when you learn something, it all of a sudden starts popping up all the time. You ever notice that? You ever had something like that happen? Anyways, so zinc and oil. So I just recently learned I had a older gentleman reach out to me and said, Jason, when you change the oil in your tractor, you need to find oil that's high in zinc because of the flat top. Is it the flat top cam? Something like that. Anyways, the older vehicles and stuff, the oil back then had a lot of zinc, and so they still need to find a lot of zinc. And most of your oils now don't have it, but there are a few. Or you can buy a supplement that has a lot of zinc in it. And so Donnie told me to make sure that I got some zinc for the new bus motor.
Like an additive?
This was an additive.
Okay.
And so yeah, we ran to town, and we went to town to get that, and we ended up going to get some boba tea. Then
that's another thing. That's a whole nother can of worms.
She loves that boba tea. And then we went to the new thrift store, but she even went in O'Reilly's with me.
She wants to go. She wants to go.
And we went in O'Reilly's, and I said, Mary Carl, we need to get us one of those fancy Christmas trees that smell good.
Oh, goodness. Did you get one?
I said, pick one out.
Did you get one?
Yeah, she got the peach and ginger, which smells a lot like our candle.
Sounds a lot like the tea she drinks, too.
It does, don't it? But, yeah, we were probably in town for a good 2 hours yesterday.
Yeah, you were. I had some things that I wanted to get done on the tractor, and I said, y'all go ahead. I'm going to stay here because I'm still not up to doing a lot of walking and expressing a lot of energy, but the tractor does the work for me. So Jason was like, don't do too much now. And I said, look, I have been out of sorts for a whole week. I am fixing to get on this tractor, and I'm still not finished. Because like I said, it got 5:30 and the sun started going down, but it's parked right out front, and I'm going to get started finishing my job when we get off of here. Somebody wanted to know, why didn't we take my mama to the Shakespeare Festival? Y'all, she is worried about this flu, and flu is everywhere, as you guys know. It's really everywhere in Alabama. And so she's been doing her best to not get out and not be exposed to And that's a whole heap of people in one place.
It is, and it is tight quarters too.
It's tight quarters. So she does not want to get out until the weather warms up. She's not been exposed to me.
Nope, she ain't been over here in weeks.
No, I've talked to her from the porch. She sits on our screened-in porch, and I sit outside in the sunshine. But yeah, we're not. She's not wanting to get out, and she's not even going to Walmart or anywhere. She's doing, pickups and whatnot. So trying to stay healthy. So that's why.
That's why.
That's why. So I saw somebody mention Caden.
Yes.
Speaking of Caden, we posted a little thing that Caden's mama sent me on Facebook, or Jason posted it.
And I'm going to post it on YouTube this morning. Yep.
All right, let's see. So Stephanie is Caden's mama, and she sent me this. And let me tell y'all what she said first. Caden is in a boot until surgery next Friday. After surgery next Friday, he'll be in a boot for 2 more weeks, and then he'll get to wear his tennis shoe. He's smiled bigger than he has since the wreck. And she said that I could share this with you guys. So I am going to mash play, and hopefully it can be seen on your end. This is Caden as he's walking with his crutches, and he drops them because it's the first time he's been without, because he has that boot on now. So it was kind of scary when I first watched it. I was like, oh, something's wrong with him. It looks like he's fallen. But Caden is recovering, and we are so, so happy to hear that. And Caden, y'all, I can't tell you how happy that young man was to get all of you guys cards and well wishes and everything that you guys did for him. Just a prayer was just God sent for him, because he's a go-getter, and he's a positive influence. So thanks to all of you for putting forth your best effort to help Caden heal, whether it just be to yourself or sending a card. It's very nice. He's going to be back on the farm in no time.
I saw somebody ask, what type of basil did I plant for this?
African blue basil.
Yeah, I was fixing to say it and just lost my mind. African blue basil.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here for you, Jason.
African blue basil. Is it? But any basil, if you let it bloom, the bees love it. But the African blue is what the beekeepers around here are going crazy over. And the bees are going crazy over it too. But they love basil in general. So you don't have to, specifically find African blue, because I think that's kind of an oddball thing. But regular basil, if you let it go to bloom, is amazing. And if you get African blue, is a hybrid, so it won't breed true. But you could let it go to seed and drop out and come back up.
And it's not necessarily meant for culinary purposes either.
No, you can. It smells like basil.
But it's not what you would want to grow if you were using it extensively for culinary.
Yes,
purposes.
It's not as good as, your regular sweet basil or Thai basil or whatever basil you like. It's not quite as good as that. But
that's right.
Yeah.
So, but it's beautiful, y'all. All basil's beautiful.
It is.
It is. That might be something we can offer. It's just a little pack of basil seeds in a collection.
Yeah, we could probably come up with something.
I don't know. Just thinking out loud, because it's easy to grow and it's kind of foolproof, and you could plant it in a pot. You wouldn't have to plant, a whole big area of it, just a pot, and you could.
I see a lot of people saying about lemon basil, holy basil. There's oodles of basils out there. And they all, like I said, they all do well with attracting bees. Usually, though, if you're wanting it for cooking, you don't let it go that far, because some people say that it changes the flavor.
It's bitter, doesn't it?
Yes. It kind of.
Here I am acting like I know what I'm talking about.
So I don't know. We didn't eat any off the African blue basil, so I couldn't tell you that. I saw somebody ask about the birdhouses that Caden made. Where could they buy them from? And that's at G&G Farm, right? Do they have them any left, or? I
don't know. He's going to be helping them today.
Okay.
So if they don't have any left, they will have some made in the near future, because Caden's going to help Tony today. So he's actually helping Catherine right now. But it's G&G. You can find her YouTube channel, and she's got a link to her store where they can ship birdhouses to you that Caden made. So he's we really don't have a lot of projects here that I'm not saying anything negative by all means about Tony and Catherine, but them building the birdhouses is perfect situation for Caden because he can sit down. And most of our projects here don't involve sitting down, except for seed starting, and that's something that you and I can do in just a couple of hours.
Yeah. We're not doing
but the birdhouses is a repetitive thing, and it's helping Caden, learn some skills, and it's perfect. It's a perfect situation. But as soon as Caden can walk and he gets to clear, I guarantee you he'll be back helping us.
Yes, because we still got. I don't want to list it.
Hey, Carrie Gibbs is at her lake house this weekend.
Gosh,
we got a beautiful weekend.
We need to go check on the boat.
We do.
I even hate to see what it looks like.
Well, it doesn't have any gas in it right now, so
that's good.
Why is that good?
Because I don't know if that's ethanol-free gas.
It is. Okay. It is. They only sell marine.
Thank goodness. I was thinking that, but I was wondering.
Yeah. It's a. Yep. Well, let me tell y'all something crazy, and y'all are gonna probably laugh, and some of y'all may not. But when we first bought this little boat, it's as old as Mary Carl, so, but it was in good shape.
Maybe even older.
No,
it's not. Okay.
It's 14 years old.
Okay.
So, we didn't know if we would use it or not, really. Mm-hmm. And so I got a good deal on it, and I said, if we don't use it, I can sell it and make money off of it. Bought it in February, 2 years ago. February. It went at 2, or was it 3?
I think it's 3.
Okay. In February. This lady was moving to Mobile and had to sell their boat. And so I went and Mary Carl and I went by ourselves and checked it out. And the lady was really nice and knowledgeable, bought the boat and said, here we go. This is our first adventure with a boat because we have a lake here nearby. And, what better way than to spend a little off time than on the lake? So bought the boat, and y'all, it was literally the best purchase, one of the best purchases besides my tractor.
Yeah.
That that we have made, and we keep it in the water to keep from towing it back and forth from home to the lake, and it enables us to go more often because a lot of times we go and we don't stay but an hour. We go birding and we're done. We don't see anything. We go back, and it's not a big deal. So initially, where we docked the boat, they have gas pumps that you can fill up, but she's not open year round. So we use the boat in the wintertime as much as we do the summertime.
And we do to go birding. It's a birding boat.
It's a birding boat. It's not necessarily I bought it on my marketplace. Marketplace and me are like this. It's a birding boat. So she's not always there, and we have to stop and get ethanol-free gas for the boat because it requires.
We don't want it to gum up. Because you don't use it all the time.
And y'all, it is hard. And I can drive the boat by myself, so Jason doesn't go with us all the time. If he's editing or something, then Mary Carl and I go by ourselves. But it is hard for me to have a gas can to fill that boat up when the marina's not open. Well, lo and behold, we explored and we found, this is right after we got the boat, a marina that's down in a cul-de-sac from where we keep our boat that has, are you ready for this? Pay at the pump.
Pay at the pump on the lake.
On the lake. So all I do is pull up in the slip and it doesn't matter if they're open or closed. I put my card in, I fill up with gas, and on my way I go in the boat. And the reason the boat doesn't have gas in it is because the last time we went, the pay at the pump was down. But that usually doesn't happen. It's a rarity that the pump is down. But I was amazed. I said, this is like technology at its finest. I mean, some of this technology, I could just knock it in the mouth. But, having pay at the pump for a boat, that's priceless. That is priceless. So thankful for that. But that little boat has been a good little tool for us all, and Holly loves it.
Yeah, Holly loves it. Diana said that BYOB in birding stands for bring your own binoculars.
We keep a pair of binoculars in the boat.
In the boat.
Because half the time we forget them. So binoculars are a must. And there's so many birds that she's seen, like a limpkin, for instance. It was on an island in the middle of the lake that no other birder could have seen had they not had access to a boat. So.
Yeah, and that was crazy. And then that attracted all the birders to the lake. But yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. So lots of birds and lots of, I mean, you know, I say birding's not my thing. I enjoy going with her and seeing her excitement. But there is an osprey nest that we've been watching for the past since we got the boat. And y'all, it is so much fun every year to see the ospreys because they migrate. When they come back, they migrate to 2 separate locations, the male and female. They might even go to 2 separate countries. And they meet back up at the lake. Whichever one arrives
first. And
they
mate for life.
They mate for life. They meet back up at that nesting spot. And they start repairing the nest. And those 2 breed again and hopefully have a successful clutch. Now, last year they were not successful. We don't know what happened, but she laid eggs and she sat, but the birds never hatched. Year before last, we had so much fun watching those babies grow up. We could park the boat and just sit there with the anchor down and binoculars and watch the mama, you know, bring the fish back and feed the babies. It was, oh my gosh,
it was pretty cool.
It was amazing.
It was pretty cool. Somebody asked the brand of nesting boxes we have. Ours are Best Nest, but there's also another company called Hen Gear.
Premier One makes them.
Premier One makes them, and I would just look at all 3 of them because they run sales.
Well, I'll tell you that my friend Catherine has 2 different kinds, and she prefers the Best Nest.
Best Nest over.
But I'm not sponsored by them. I could care less who you buy them from. But that's what we have, and that's Catherine's preference over the 2 that she has. So it is kind of a challenge to get it together if you're not mechanically inclined. I'm mechanically inclined, but I don't put things together.
You do got to put it together, and yeah, it's a
doozy.
The instructions are clear and everything, but it's still a lot of pieces to the nest. Also, somebody asked, what are the birding apps we use? We use Merlin, like the Magician, Merlin, and it's completely free, no ads, no nothing. And the other one we use is eBird, and it's completely free, no ads, nothing. So those are the 2 apps we use.
Yes.
In my last few videos, I have said some things that have confused some people. And I didn't think nothing about it.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, but we're fixing to find out.
So in the last video, when we got the trailer, the new trailer, I stopped and got a haircut. And I didn't say haircut. I just said I got my ears lowered. And there were some people that had no idea what in the world I was talking about. And so I was like, you know, it's just, you know, you don't think about things like that. Right. You just say it because that's what comes out your mouth. And, you know, it's just what I say. And I just thought it was funny that, you know, a lot of people didn't know what that meant. But here, I mean,
I was trying to remember. Y'all probably looked at my face and thought I looked like I was a deer in the headlights. But I was trying to remember. I replied to several comments in a video past that
was when I said Dr. D was out of pocket.
Out of pocket, that's it. Out of pocket. They were like, what does out of pocket mean?
Which means here in the South, I don't know where the line is or who says it, who don't say it, but here means you're unavailable.
It means you're unavailable. And so I thought I would be smart and I would go and Google out of pocket, thinking I could find the Southern slang, you know, definition and post it without typing the whole thing.
Not there.
Y'all, it's out of pocket means that you've paid somebody and you are out of money for whatever you paid them for. It did not say anywhere that you were unavailable. So we apologize if there are things that are said. Feel free to ask because at some point or another, we're going to see it and we're going to respond. But it's just, you don't think about it. When you say something all the time and you're referring to it between yourself, you don't think about telling other people. So just know that Southern lingo can be a bit different.
I mean, and it's the getting your ears lowered is more of a male. You don't hear a lady say that she's gonna go get her ears lowered, but
well, I don't know. My hair's getting kind of long. I missed my haircut appointment. I didn't want to be coughing while I was getting my haircut.
But,
so
you know, ever since I can remember, almost every man, that's what they'd always say.
Insurance term is out of pocket. You come out of pocket.
That's true.
You know, they're not going to pay all of it. You're just out of pocket.
That's true.
Yeah, it's monetary in most. They think Dr. D, we owe him money, so he couldn't come. Speaking of Dr. D. So y'all, Dr. D tore his rotator. Is it cuff?
Yes.
Rotator cuff. And, you know, he had told me that he had a little surgery. And my mama told me to do not ask him what kind of surgery he had because that was not nice. And I wasn't going to do that anyway. But my mama has to, you know, make sure I'm nice about things and don't cry because he might have had a surgery he don't want to talk about, Brooke. So I didn't ask, but I found out that he had rotator cuff surgery, and he's not going to be using his arm for quite some time. Now, he is working, but it's his left arm. That whole left arm is supposed to be in a sling. Now, he had visited a friend of mine this past week, and he didn't have it in a sling. So I hope he follows his doctor's orders and doesn't end up in surgery again because...
And that would explain why he couldn't come check Cinco.
Oh, my gosh. Definitely.
You would need both your arms.
You definitely need both your arms and your legs, too. Mm-hmm. So Caden couldn't hold her.
That's right.
But, yeah, he's in recovery. He is able to get us medication. He spoke to me about getting Matilda a joint supplement.
Mm-hmm.
And I know about that. But as far as him doing work that requires lifting and such, he's out of pocket.
He's out of pocket.
We don't owe him a dime, but he's out of pocket.
And speaking of no baby here. No tater baby.
No tater baby.
No tater tot.
Zoe sends me pictures that I would not share with y'all of Cinco every day because I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
And Zoe knows that I would not be offended by that, but I'm not going to share it on, you know, social media or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all, she's got to be close.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad I'm well because my fear was, this is so selfish, but my fear was that Cinco was going to have that calf while I was sick and I couldn't go watch because I got to be there. I told Zoe, I said, if you go at 10 o'clock one night and she's having that calf, you got to call me because I'm coming. And so there's the plan. Yeah, we hope that Cinco has a healthy calf, and but she's got to be close. She's got to be close.
Yeah.
And Zoe's not sharing any of those pictures either because it's just a bit much.
Well, it's the back end, and
it's the back
everybody don't see that.
No, and I mean, and Zoe respects y'all just like we do, and you just have to know that if you catch a glimpse of it in a video, that's one thing, but to post a whole picture of something's back end, no, nobody wants to see that.
No one wants to see that.
No.
Yeah.
So, y'all, if you've been following, then you know that our products are done a different way now. And what we're doing is, it's kind of been done this way for a little bit of time, but we discontinue designs and they're gone. There will be no more of them once they're discontinued. And that is coming up here in the near future. Jacqueline asked me to share with you guys that March the 5th is the last time that you can get the designs for merch that's currently on our website. So it happens every time. It happens every time. And I know this doesn't cover everybody. The live doesn't cover everybody, but those designs are going to be gone and you can't get it again. People want to, say, can I get that farm fam design? It's y'all, once it's gone, it's gone. So if you want to order anything, there is some limited supply left on the website, and that is www.coghillfarm.com. And if you're interested in any of the merch, get it before you can't get it no more. And it's this design. You can go to the website and see what all, but it'll be gone.
That's right.
It'll be gone. So Jacqueline will be happy that I mentioned that because we were supposed to say it on Tuesday, and of course we didn't do the live.
We didn't do the live. I think it was Dee Dee that said that one saying that she remembers that was new was from the TV show Alice, which I absolutely loved as a child. And that was Flo, who I also was my favorite character on Alice. You don't know what I'm talking
about. I'm here. I'm here.
And she was a waitress. Alice was a TV show about the waitresses and Mel, who owned the diner. And anyways, she used to say, "Kiss my grits."
Oh, okay.
That was her saying. And
a lot of people don't know what grits are, so that would be a whole nother can of worms. You know, what are grits, first of all, and what do you mean by kiss my grits?
But I love Flo.
I love grits. I love grits.
I love grits too. We ain't had grits in a while.
No, we haven't.
We need to have grits.
We do, but we're saving our eggs for our nice neighbors. No, we got some eggs stored away for us, but grits and eggs and Conecuh sausage. Somebody sent me an email yesterday with a picture of a package of Conecuh sausage and said, "Is this what you guys talk about sometimes on your live?"
That's it.
And I said, yes. And matter of fact, I think I can pull that picture up. So some of you probably are saying right now, what in the world is Conecuh sausage? But Darlene sent me a picture of it. There
you go.
This is what Conecuh sausage package looks like. CONECUH. And the original is what we like. They have it in spicy and different kinds, but I can't do that. I got to have the original. But Conecuh County is here in Alabama. It's Evergreen, Alabama, and that's where the sausage is made. And it is wonderful. So, gosh, I might have me some sausage and grits and eggs for lunch.
I would love it.
We got some in the refrigerator, some Conecuh sausage.
Yeah, let's do it.
We missed the breakfast, but
let's do it.
We could have it for lunch.
That reminded me. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm doubtful this is going to work. She's probably not watching this, but I had a mother who I've conversated before back and forth and via email, and her son's name is Atlas. And if she's watching this, please send me another email, because for some reason our emails that we've had with each other have completely vanished. And I don't know how or why, because if I accidentally deleted it, it should be in my trash folder. It's not there. It's not in my sent items. It's not in my email. I cannot find it anywhere. And I have searched and searched and searched. I have spent, I don't know how much time, but if you happen to watch this, I'm just throwing this out here. Shoot me another email.
Shoot you another email. I tell you, remember last year when I didn't know that I couldn't see my own emails that were sent to me because my phone wasn't set up that way? Here recently, I typed in something that made Kentucky come up, and Mary Carl and I went to the Pigeon Nationals in Kentucky last year, and I cannot tell you how many emails I got from people, that lived in Kentucky that were like, just saying where we should eat and what we should do. And I was like, dang, I did not respond to any of these people. So if you were one of those and I didn't respond to you, y'all, I am very sorry. But there was a lot of time there where I didn't even know the emails existed. They were not getting to me.
This one's got me puzzled because somebody asked, did I look in my archives? Yes, I've looked everywhere. I've looked absolutely everywhere. And I can't, we've sent several emails, so why is it not in my sent items? Again, I don't empty my trash, it just kind of builds up. So it should be in the trash folder. If I accidentally delete it, it's not there. And it's not in my, I checked my spam. I've looked, and it's about to drive me crazy, but I can't find it. Absolutely cannot find it. So it's just disappeared for whatever reason. It's disappeared. So I hope she's watching this, but if she's not, then I don't know what I'm going to do.
All right. So I've seen several questions. What are grits? Now we said some of you don't know what they are. So the best way for me to describe it is just to Google it and tell you what this says. Grits are a dish made from ground corn that are often eaten for breakfast. They can be made from white, yellow, or hominy and come in different varieties. So there's your example of grits. There are stone ground grits, which are made from whole kernel corn. It gives it a coarser texture. Or there are like quick grits, which are milled a lot finer, and you can't feel that grit in it as much as you can the stone ground grits. But we like them all.
We like them all.
Our favorite are made from, what is it called, Jason? It's in Alabama.
Something Brothers. My mind went blank.
My mind went blank too. I can see the package right now. It's sold at Whole Foods and some little feed stores. It's in Wilsonville, if I'm not mistaken.
McEwen and Sons.
McEwen and Sons grits. I believe they have a website.
They do.
All right. How do you spell it? McEwen. All right. Show that. McEwen and Sons. And there's lots of different ones. We like the blue ones because they're cool.
Yeah.
They're literally blue. They're made from blue corn, and they're organic. They're awesome. If you've never tried grits, this would be a good starting point because you're going to say, I gotta have the McEwen and Son grits. It's a true example of what a grit should taste like. And
they have cornmeal and they have polenta.
The cornmeal is not self-rising, so you would need to, if you want it, you know, to rise a little bit, add baking powder and salt to it. But the grits are awesome.
They are awesome.
And I like cream of wheat too. Gwen said she likes cream of wheat. Jason does not. Me and McCraw like it. It's full of vitamins, and it's similar to grits, but not the same.
It's not similar.
It's not. You don't think it's similar? Oh, Dizzy Lizzie said, I'm not a fan of corn. Huh.
I love corn.
I love corn too.
I could have corn and potatoes as my vegetables with almost every meal, I believe.
Yesterday, I didn't even tell you about this, but Mary Carl and I made a stop. And where we stopped, I got onion rings. And mixed in with my onion rings by accident was a corn nugget.
Those are, yeah.
And I said, Mary Carl,
that's so sweet.
I was so excited. I was like, Mary Carl, she never will order them, you know, corn nuggets.
Did you try it?
It's not something that we order either, but I like them because they're fried.
Yeah, I know.
And I ate fried onion rings. But I said, try this. So I bit it in half and I showed her the inside of it. And I said, Mary Carl, look, it's corn on the inside. No. But it was so good. She
didn't try it?
No, she didn't try it. And I thought to myself,
that was like a hush puppy.
I should order corn nuggets more often.
They're good. No?
I didn't intend on ordering that
They're
one,
good.
But
what is a corn nugget? It's kind of like a hush puppy, but it's just corn. It's batter and corn.
It's good.
It's corn, and the sweetness of the corn comes out.
It's so
it's really good.
I gotta eat more corn nuggets, or either you can buy them pre-bagged, and I could cook them probably in the air fryer, and it would be healthier than frying them in oil. But that one corn nugget sure was good. So some of you may have seen that I did a live by myself. And this was not talked about on a live because we haven't done one since. But I told y'all I'd been wanting to try it. And one day I sat down in the milk room with the emus. It was still cool outside, too cool for them to go out. And I said, I'm going to try this. And so I couldn't do it on both Facebook and YouTube. So I did it just on YouTube. We have a program called StreamYard, but I don't have it on my phone. So I sat down and I recorded a whole 30-minute live, and I got finished and it was not recorded for some reason. It was not recorded. And I said,
oh, me.
I am furious with myself because something didn't go right. I don't know what I did, but it was the first time. So I didn't beat myself up too bad. You know what I did? Started over. And so the emus didn't care. The babies were happy that I was still in there and still feeding them their kale. And we did a second take and it went well.
Oh,
but I enjoyed it, and I will continue to do that. Now, I haven't done it because I didn't want to cough the whole time. But obviously I'm over that coughing when I talk because I haven't coughed hardly any.
Cough that much.
But I enjoyed it, and I think I will continue to do that. It will only be on YouTube because I can't do 2 of them.
Yeah, you have to buy another phone.
It's too no, you can do StreamYard from your phone. I Googled it and found out.
Yeah, but you got to go to the website.
Well, I can't.
And it'll look like this on your phone.
I can't do it.
That would be so hard.
So I'm doing the lives from YouTube, and there will not be any advance warning because
it's just going to grab and go.
It's something that, like yesterday, I finished at 5:30. If I told y'all I was going to do a live at 4 o'clock and I'm on the tractor, I got to be there at 4 o'clock or I'd have a heart attack. I'm a punctual person. It will be spur of the moment. And if you don't like it, you just have to scroll on. But if you do enjoy it, then good for you.
There you go. Kind of like the shorts and stuff.
Hey, Mary. Mary is a new member.
Hey, Mary.
How are you this morning? Yeah, I've been trying some new shorts too, y'all. It takes me about an hour to get a 15-second short done, but I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep on keeping on. And it's just my determination in me. I'm not quitting. I am not quitting. I was furious to have to redo that
live stream.
Yeah. Because it was 30 minutes, y'all.
Yep.
It was 30 minutes long. And Jason was editing here at home, and I sent him a message.
And I haven't done I kept telling you, I haven't never done it with the phone like that. I just never.
I said, "Is there any way for me to get this back?" He said, "I just have to look at it." Well, I wasn't fixing to come home and let him look at it. I said, "Well, we'll just do it again." So that's what we did.
There you go. You got to show me how to do it now.
I'll show you after I get some more practice.
Oh, me.
What else we got, Jason?
I think that's it. I don't have anything else.
All right. So Higher Grounds Farm wants to know, what kind of chicken feeder do we use that has the hat on it? It is called KUHL. And y'all, we have had these feeders for
a long time.
Probably 12 years.
For a long time. They are called a free range chicken feeder. It holds 50 pounds of feed. So it'll hold 1 bag of feed. We got ours from QC Supply. I think there's some other companies out there that sell that one. I will say this, they're not inexpensive.
No, they're not. Like this one is QC Supply. It's 50-pound capacity range feeder, and it is $123.99.
Yes.
We bought this long ago when we had meat chickens.
And it still was expensive then.
It was cheaper than this, but
yes.
It was, and you could buy 2 of them for $216. So that, 108 versus 123 is a little bit better for each one, but you got to buy 2 to get that price. You can buy a set of 5 for $622.
There's a 300-pound one there for $400.
But
a lot of feed.
Y'all, I'm telling you, those as old as those feeders are.
Yes,
they have been fantastic.
They're well worth the money. They really are, and that's one of those things you kind of get what you pay for. But yeah, this the brand is KUHL. They used to have. We used to use their automatic watering system. I don't think they do that anymore. It was finicky. At the time, it was great, but it was constantly. You remember you had to adjust it, and it would overflow. But that thing is awesome.
I tell you something that I don't care for, and some of y'all may feel differently about it, but this is a poultry water that holds 15 gallons, and I don't care for that.
Chickens don't like it.
I like the cups better. I feel like the chickens touch something and it fills the cup up. It's better than them having to constantly drink out of a nipple.
Yeah.
To me, that's not a good design. It may work for you, but if I'm sharing for a chicken keeper to get started, I would say use the cups.
Yeah, if you want to do automatic water, the definitely little cups.
Yeah. I feel like that's the way to go. And obviously, if you guys saw our video, then you know that we are in the process of building a new chicken tractor.
Yes.
I am so excited about this. At first, when I found it, we were kind of hesitant because we've got so many projects going, but we're this close to finishing just about all of them. I mean, we're this close to finishing them. The back, the potager garden, the Volkswagen bus, the sod is laid out. we've got so many that are just about completed that we decided to go ahead and get that hay wagon because it was such a good deal.
Yeah. It's such a good deal. And it can sit there until we get some of this other stuff done. And somebody was asking about the Volkswagen bus and probably didn't catch the live earlier, but the motor's here. And so we're going to be putting it in probably next week.
Probably next week.
If
that wagon sits there until we have time, that's fine. Because everything that I have found, we talked about it over a month ago, that we were looking for something. And I've been looking, and everything that I found is in Tennessee or Georgia or Mississippi or Florida. And I'm not going that far pulling something that's 20 foot long.
Oh gosh, y'all have no idea how nervous I was pulling that trailer. I just knew a wheel bearing was going to go bad. But y'all saw me in the video. I throwed some grease in there. I couldn't pack the wheel bearings on site because I would have to have some tools, and that would have taken a while. But I did throw some extra grease in there. But we made it home fine.
Did you mention about us buying a new tire ahead of time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So got to put the new tire on ahead of time.
Yep.
The other 3 tires were in pretty good shape.
And we knew we could get a tire had we had a blowout or something.
Yes.
I followed behind them so I could run that rim to the tire shop and get that tire put on, because we were only an hour away. And we just felt like we had to get this.
And we took the back roads. We didn't. Y'all saw in the video though, because y'all saw how beautiful the scenery was and stuff. But yeah, we took the back roads and it was fun though. It was fun. We had Holly had a good time.
I'm just glad that I was able to get it, and I want to get right on it, but we are also working on some other projects. So it may seem like we're all over the place for a little bit.
We are. That's how my mind works. I'm all over the place.
Well, we're marking things off the list, though, and I'm feeling good about that.
We are marking things off the list.
And let me tell y'all something. I haven't made a whole video about health update because, I know y'all are concerned about what goes on, but then again, in the back of my mind, I feel bad for saying I don't feel good if that's the case. And I've just decided that probably the best way for me to update on health is through lives and through just little, hints. But I feel as good as I did before this autoimmune disease got a hold of me. And that's the truth. I hope it continues, but the medication is obviously correct for me at this point. And I'm just so thankful. So, just thought I'd throw that out there because I've seen some questions about how's my health. And I might do a live and elaborate more on that, but I am feeling very good. And I am so thankful.
That's right.
To be to this point, because the whole last year I was basically out of pocket.
Yeah. You was out of pocket.
I was out of pocket. I just said that and I didn't even realize what I was saying. But, yeah, sometimes it just takes my head hung when I first was told that I needed to go on this immunosuppressant, basically. I'm not one to cry. It takes a lot to get to my heartstrings, but I cried and I said, I'm going to be sick all the time. And Jason was like, well, he's so positive. Maybe not. Maybe you won't be sick. You've got to do something to try to help yourself. And I was like, but I'm going to get everything and I'm going to be sick all winter and I'm not going to be able to. And I've been sick one time. And so
it's been good.
Yes.
It's been good.
I have learned to really not give up, because I was this close to saying I'm not trying another medicine. None of it's going to work. Why should I try another one when nothing's worked so far?
Yeah.
But here I am, still going, and I got a medicine that's working good. So just wanted to say that before we ended.
Tractor update. My next video, which will come out on Monday, right? Monday.
Yeah.
Will be the tractor. So it'll be updates on the tractor there. And so that would clear things up on the tractor. And then somebody just asked something and it's gone out of my head and I missed it. Let me think. Well, I'll be darned.
It just went poof.
It went and I wanted to answer it. I wanted to answer it. Will I ever find it? I probably won't find it. Oh, some of the music in my videos. I've had that a lot lately. I did put who sung those songs in the video description of the YouTube video. So just go back and look. It's right there. And that music I pay for because of all the copyright and legal stuff. So there's a subscription service called Artlist that I have to pay yearly for to get that music. So that's how I can use it. And that's where it comes from. And there's several companies out there, but that's who I use. And there's probably thousands of songs on there. And I just pick what I like. I pick what I like.
Yep. How's the sod doing? The sod it's green as grass. And that's the truth. It's really looking good. And
yep.
You know, we expect it to start taking root here shortly. Of course, we're watering it and we're babying it and keeping off of it.
It is.
Email address is on the website. It's too hard to kind of say it. We have like 3 different ones. So go to the website. I can tell you that, www.cogkillfarm.com.
That's right. And then go to the contact us section and that's how you can contact us that way.
One more thing. Somebody said warmer weather means the pool for the emus. Eventually, it's still too cool.
It's still too cool. And I don't know how, especially Opie, I don't think he can get his little legs up over it yet. Now, Ernest could get in there.
Ernest could step up on this couch. He's so tall. And
he's crazy. I'm glad we swapped the names.
I'm glad too.
Everybody was good with us swapping the names. So I'm glad we swapped the names because it is to the T. Because I need to call him White Lightning because he is a fool.
Every time I step foot in that milk room and they're in there, they've been spending a lot of time outside. But I go in there and I say, it's me, it's Ernest T. I can't help it. And it's just perfect because that little fella is full of himself.
Oh, me.
So Opie, he's not like Ernest T. He might develop that way.
He might, but he follows him.
Ernest T's the leader.
Oh gosh.
He is a mess.
I tell you what we recently learned, and this just happened because we're not picking them up, putting them in the barn anymore. We're trying to get them to follow us, which is comical. We'll have to put that in the video coming up. You know, getting them to come in there.
He's too big to carry, just about.
Yeah. And you don't want to get their legs messed up. And so Holly, I know Holly follows me like she's my shadow. And so I wasn't paying attention, and I just don't think, because Holly's all the time, she's there all the time. She's like an extension of me. And so, I didn't think about it. And then Holly was back there. I said, oh, goodness. I thought they were going to be scared of Holly.
Oh, no.
No. They followed Holly like Holly was their mama almost. I mean, Holly was looking back a little concerned because these little T-Rexes were coming after her a little bit. And but we'll use Holly to get them to come in the barn.
The first time I ever decided to let them walk, I had my post office keys in my pocket, and they're on a keychain, and there's 3 keys on it, and it hangs down about that far. So I realized I had it in my pocket, and I started jingling them, and they started following me, and I was like walking around out there. I said, if somebody comes down this road and they see me shaking these keys and these little T-Rexes following me, they're going to call the police. But it started working, and that's when we decided that, hey, we need to let these little guys walk instead of trying to pick them up. And it has worked. It has worked. Now it's a work in progress, but it has started to work. Now Dee Dee is terrified of them, and if Dee Dee sees them, she's gone out the barn. She don't know what to think about them.
Holly's used to them. I don't bother Holly anymore, but it is funny because Holly's a herding dog, and she's technically herding the emus, but she's doing it a different way.
Right. And I'm glad that they are exposed to dogs, because that will make them never scared of them.
Right.
I have known for emus to not like dogs. Yeah. And, with them being, of course, the boys sit right outside the fence and they walk up to them and they want to peck them, but the boys don't realize they're trying to peck them.
Yeah.
So they're exposed to all the animals on the farm, and I don't think they're ever going to be scared of much of anything.
I don't think so either.
Which is good.
Yep.
So, we didn't plan on going to an hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, we've been gone. My mouth needed to run, and like I said, I'm gonna do some random lives. Not today. Not today.
Good deal.
I got stuff I got to do, but y'all stay tuned because we're back.
We're back.
We're back, and
we're back.
We plan to be back here on Tuesday at 4:00, and we plan to follow through with the regular schedule, which is me a video tomorrow, and everything is normal next week. So y'all, my coffee is empty. I enjoyed my coffee so much today. Some days I like it better than others. And today was one of those days. So go pour you a second cup while I go get on my tractor. Y'all be good.
Oh, man.